Maybe before I get, I invite the chairman. I have a comment also to make. I have a question to KEPDA, Mr. Ndirangu also, because I'm also a participant. Do you have that KEPDA agency? Do you have a board? Is there a board or no board? And if yes, you can speak about it. Then maybe DG, PPRA, and Kanyinyi. Considering what our sister said there, in regard to schools, and also the level 2, level 3 sub-county hospitals, especially in the counties, and any other institution that has so far not been able to be registered in EGP. Can we, in the intervening period, can we get maybe a work plan from National Treasury on when they expect to register those institutions, and possibly give them exemptions? Because there is no way you'll be told procure through EGP and you have not been registered, isn't it? The phasing for you to be registered has not happened, because I know, Kanyinyi, you know how that is happening, and Victor. So can you consider that just giving a phased exemption, that during this period, as we register you and register your departments and directorates, and because there are some institutions which have not been even registered in the EGP. So that is the other thing. In addition to all the other questions, the other one is there are institutions which had ERPs like KPA, Kengen, and other institutions. So we have talked about integration with the existing ERP systems, but the intention was to move to EGP so that these institutions do not have to pay the fees for the licenses and all that. And I also believe that ERP systems, just like any reverse auction system, the PPRA should be able to look into those systems, whether they are compliant, and clear them. So maybe DG, PPRA, and Kanyinyi, you can speak about whether the kind, about that integration, the conformance, and the other things that related to that. And then there was a comment from Kelvin, which I had written earlier, regarding helping us, because we also want to provide solutions, to be part of the solution. Can you really consider, for example, if you look at, let me give an example of county governments, and I've given that earlier. In the country, we only have 47 county governments, and then 47 county assemblies. In June, every county was nominating 10 persons to be trained by National Treasury. Can we not just consider, instead of that big number, can we, and now we also have the phase 2, which is ongoing now, for cohort 1, and we are expecting other cohorts. Can we consider those champions in the various institutions where we train the HOPs, whether we take the HOPs for 1 month at the cost of the procuring entity? They are able, because even if a TOT person is sent to your institution, it's just be a professional like you, isn't it? So can we really train our people, the ones here, and then we can see how to go about that. And I'm sure institutions will be willing to facilitate that, Kanyinyi, because you talked about the small number that you have for TOTs. As I wind up, and chairman is here, I'm sure he's going to speak about that. We really don't want people, and DG PPRA had mentioned that earlier, we really don't want people who are not procurement professionals to have any role on that role of PDO, the procurement departmental officer, or the tender creator. That is any person performing a procurement role in the EGP system. We really don't want that person if that person is not registered by Kenya Institute of Supplies Management. I'm sure chairman is going to emphasize on that. And remember, as heads of procurement, we are the ones who are registering these users, and we are also the ones who are assigning them responsibilities, isn't it? And therefore, we have a duty, and I believe maybe at some point we may be forced as KISM to issue a circular and guide that we don't want any person who is not registered to be given a role in that system. Then as I wind up, Chairman, there was a request, there was a comment. I'm sure he's going to speak about that, whether we can really have another session. You can, maybe it's a session. You have seen people who are worried. They may get, even some may get into depression because of the pressure. I know many of you here, including myself. Today I've gotten like 4 requests to procure, and some seem like they are emergencies. And we are not able to make some progress because of the challenges that we do have currently. So can we really consider a session whereby we can invite, we can have a chairman, I'm sure you'll be able to speak about this, a conference very soon, a 2 days or 3 days engagement, heads of procurement and the accounting officers, so that they can have a perspective, and then with the National Treasury, so that we can really have this kind of discussion with them, and then they are able to understand and as we move along. Thank you very much.